Opening tips.
For information, you can go to RadioDisney.com.
It's all about Cusco. Emperor's New School is back on Disney Channel.
I'm sorry, Isma.
These studies.
UFO Hunters, a spin-off of our hit show, premieres tonight at 10 on the History Channel.
You are watching.
Needed to reach the playoffs. SportsCenter back, 60 seconds.
He was thrown $100 on a credit card that had been mistakenly sent to him. He pleaded guilty to 1 count of theft, a misdemeanor, served 3 days in jail, and received 1 year probation.
So you head into.
Asked him yesterday if he wants to be a presidential candidate.
I showed him that email out in the hall just on my way in. He just laughed.
All right, we'll see what he has to say when he comes in. He's coming in next. All right, Jack, stand by. Thanks very much. Decision day in New Hampshire. The polls are set to close in just over 2 hours. As I said, Lou is standing by to join us. We'll count down to the finish. And critics attack
blood flow to the brain, but it needs to be taken within 3 hours of symptoms, which means that's not a lot of time. You need to, from the first symptom you notice, get to the hospital within 3 hours to get that medication.
And is there a certain symptom that you find more common in women that we should look out for?
Sure. Well, women tend to sometimes have more, less typical symptoms. So the typical ones we all know are sort of the numbness, the slurred speech, difficulty walking. But women can actually get pain either in the side of their face, in the side of their body. They can be disoriented or confused. It's a little bit less typical and people might not pick it up.
And knowledge is power in anything, and you've got 5 ways to prevent a stroke, and you have some tips. Exercise regularly.
Absolutely.
Drink moderately. We do that. Control your weight. Eat healthy and stop smoking.
Absolutely. And stop smoking is the biggest one, especially if you're taking oral contraceptive pills, because they can increase your risk of stroke and smoking can, and the combination can be deadly.
But again, just to reiterate, with the hair salon and with the chiropractor, don't be alarmed, but be aware.
You've called for support of Palestinians in Gaza. What would you say are the priorities at this point?
Well, you know, when you look at it, the humanitarian situation is pushed to the brink of collapse. A quarter of
political summit. We'll talk to someone on the inside. And showdown at sea. Iranian fast food.
It bounced off there twice this morning, and then this afternoon it just flew off of it, and I think that's what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, Art, I mean, we've seen a huge move here in the past hour or so. Is this significant beyond today, do you think?
I'm not entirely sure. I think we've come to expect this. I was looking for a rally of 500 to 1,000 points, perhaps. What you watch here is rallies in
Card Lab. Customize your card by choosing your rewards, interest rate, even upload your own image at CapitalOne.com.
What's in your wallet?
Meow. And the antelope play, home, home on the range, where the deer...
This was not the San Diego Chargers defense. They have such great athletes. If you line up athlete for athlete with them in any team in the league, they're going to be one of the better ones, athletically speaking. But here, they're not using their athleticism. They're basically saying, we're going to bend, and right here, they're breaking as well. Not getting the job done with their athletes in the secondary. Confusion, leaving guys wide open. And at some point during the season, they decided to say, you know what? We need to start attacking again and getting
Inexplicably, the Giants are still playing. We'll review the top 5 moments in the regular season that propelled them to being on the brink of the Super Bowl.
62% of America says that's a good call.
America, you're wrong. It's a bad call, and I'll tell you why it's a bad call, because the New York
beat the Broncos to earn the final wild card spot in the
TV offers only 1/3 the HD programming of Comcast. Nice one, Math. Comcast offers HD On Demand, a fat library of HD movies and shows you can watch whenever. Satellite can't say that unless they're dreaming one of those fat library of HD movies and shows only Comcast has.
You both agree that
How another hoop star crashes down an altogether different kind of lane when he's chilling on the home front. Don't change that channel. The Crib's Priciest Pads Countdown. We'll be right back.
I think it's too late to start training for the Olympics, but if Lawrence Tynes' football career doesn't work out, I wonder how he'd feel about Cirque du Soleil. From one of the worst plays in the NFL playoffs to one of the best, Hines Ward starts our NFL countdown.
Pupils fully dilated, now reactive to light. Extreme reaction to UV exposure. Symptom confirmed subject is infected with KV. Vaccine test. GA series serum 391, compound 6.
What do you do when a famous trial is closed off to camera?
UTN, sharing the splendor of truth.
In Go. It describes a scenario in which the opposing player's game piece will be captured on the next turn.
CNN Tonight beginning at 6. Race to the White House. Is Bill Clinton's impact an asset or liability on the campaign trail? At 7, join Lou as he goes head-to-head with Consumer Electronics Association President Gary Shapiro on U.S. foreign trade policy. And at 8.
Different ideas. And what a finish he put on. This 34-year-old LSU product. Let's pick it up with Baker.
To see how you can stay connected.
Amazing.